Hey guys, I'm Big here. Today I'm coming back at you with another part of the Vietnam War MOC series, or another episode, however you want to describe it. So I believe that this is part 11, so we're now in the double digits as of the last episode. So we're really getting up there and, we're making some solid progress. I appreciate all of you who have watched from the start and who have been following this series. Your support has made me want to continue this and has really motivated me to expand this MOC and continue building it. So the biggest updates on this week that we have, just to lay them out before we go over them, is that I've expanded the land itself a little bit. I've both added and subtracted some minifigures. I'm reconfiguring some vegetation, and I have some new vehicles. So if I take this off my little stand, the first thing, if I get the lighting fixed, the first thing that you'll notice is that I expanded the land a little bit over here. As you can see, last time it kind of, I think, went up to like here. So now we're expanding it even further. Again, my constraint is the filler brick. I don't have a ton. I had some of this pink lying around somewhere. I can't remember where. Just from some bricklink order where I bought a ton of 2x4 bricks, but I had some of them, but I will need more of these. One other thing that's happening in the back here is that you might have noticed before I used to have these vegetation plants right here. They kept falling out, and I think that that's because they're not getting enough room in the back there. So I'm gonna have to reconfigure that and kind of figure out how to work that. One of the big changes is that you'll notice that we have significantly less minifigures on the MOC now. Before, I honestly probably had like 30 Americans, and now I think that I have like 15. So that's much less than we had before. And I know that some of the feedback that you guys gave me was that you thought, there should be many less minifigures and that I should focus on the landscaping and the vegetation itself. So I try to take that to heart and do, kind of as you recommended and take some of your advice. So changes over here, I just kind of put the one Viet Cong guy I have with an RPG in the background. That's not really where he's gonna go. I just put him there for placeholder. But I did add a couple kind of farmers here with a few pigs. I don't really know if I'm keeping this, but I thought that I need to build some sort of building. I thought that maybe I'd put something here once I expand, because I'm gonna expand it wider. So there will be a spot for building, and I was thinking maybe like a little farmer's hut or maybe an enclosure and a small shack for these pigs. I don't really know entirely what I'm going to go for that, but that's kind of the plan right now. So beyond that, one thing you guys will be happy to note is that I have built a Huey. As you can see here, if I can get it to focus one sec. Let's see if I can get it to focus if I zoom in. There you go. I do have a Huey. This is the 2018 Brickmania version. So I do have one of them. I'm building a second one of these, and then I'm actually going to be building a different model Huey. I'm not going to tell you guys which one until I've actually built it. It's kind of going to be my own design along with a bunch of actually different existing Huey designs. So it's kind of myself, but a lot of others combined. I felt like there are some aspects of a lot of different of the Huey designs that are out there that I liked a lot on different ones, and I wanted to combine them all. So that's coming soon. Beyond that, there's not a lot of stuff to go over here. I added this kind of tree right here, just in the, I guess, the middle of this area, and I'm trying to plan where I could put my Huey. Originally, I thought that maybe I would put it here, kind of just maybe landed here on top of a flat surface, but I don't know if this is going to be enough room. As you can see here, it is some room, but I don't know if it's enough. Also, the Huey looks quite large in comparison to this landscape, so I'm going to need to make this vegetation a lot taller in order to make the jungle feel much more like a jungle. I know that I've said this many times in previous videos, but I've been having a lot of trouble trying to make this jungle feel tall, because if you know the Vietnamese jungle, you'll know that it's very full and it's very imposing, and of course it's going to be a lot taller than a single helicopter, than a single minifigure. Other than that, it's just very, very large. I think that I've done an all right job, as you can see here with these minifigures, of making the jungle behind them at least appear semi-tall. It is taller than them. And I think that I've done an okay job making it feel full. But I do think that I need more trees. And as I discussed last time, this tree in the front, this design might be the solution. Now, I did tease that I was going to put an M113 into this mock in a previous video. Now, I feel like it might be more appropriate to put a Huey helicopter, just because that's a little bit more iconic for the time period. And I kind of want to ask you guys, would you prefer to see an M113, which is obviously an armored personnel carrier, or an APC? Would you prefer that, or would you prefer me to put in a Huey? They're both kind of similar in sizes, because the Huey body is about the same size as the M113. It's just the tail that pokes out, but that's not a big issue. So I'd love to hear what you guys think, so let me know on that. On another note, I think that in a previous video I asked for your guys' opinion about overmolds versus perfect calibers. And so what I've gone ahead and done is that I now have a few enough figs in the mock on the American side that I can use overmolds for almost everybody. I think I have about 14 or so M16 overmolds out on the mock right now. So that is exciting. That's cool to see. But again, I don't think that I have posted the update video that has that question yet. So once I get more feedback about whether you guys like the perfect calibers, obviously from Brickmania, or the overmolds from Brick Arms themselves, which ones you like better, I will take that into account. I will say that I like the overmolds better personally. It's very expensive, but I think that they look better overall. Besides that, some of you guys have commented that I should put these camo figures into the jungle, the ERDL, or the Tiger Stripe. So my thought with this was that there is a small SOG, or Special Operations Group detachment, that captured the Viet Cong in the back, as you can see, and they're kind of reporting to an Army or a Marines platoon here and kind of passing them off. And also, ERDL was commonly used by the Army and the Marines in Vietnam, so that's not like a special group that needs to be wearing it, or they need to be in a certain environment. They are in the jungle, so I don't really feel a need to move these minifigures, but I know that some of you guys have felt like I should, so I will consider that, but I can't promise that I will. And then finally, of course, I've said many times, but TMC has not yet restocked these Viet Cong figures, kind of, with this black look, kind of the iconic Viet Cong uniform that you would see. It's not really a uniform, but kind of an outfit, I guess, would be the most appropriate thing. Also, I need some more of these conical hats. I apologize for the camera shaking. And I believe that a lot of them are out of stock on TMC. So I don't have all of the pieces I need to create Viet Cong, which was going to be my main OPFOR force for this mock. So that's still coming. In the end, if those don't release soon enough and this mock is nearing completion, I might just do US military and civilians on this mock. That could be an option, but I don't think that that would be the best. I think it would be more dynamic to have a little bit of combat, but we shall see. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you on the next episode of this mock series, guys. I appreciate all the support.